You call him in dog?
That ain't no dog. You ain't got no dog in him, dog.
Oh, God.
Now, Shador, them two. That boy got that dog in him.
He dog.
He got that dog in him.
Oh, man. You got it, bro.
Shiloh, he
45, boy.
He look like his mama when it comes to playing safety. You know what I'm saying? He get that from his mama's side of the family.
That's why he's my
but
number 4 kid.
That's why he my fourth favorite.
He my 4th favorite. He my 4th favorite. He got to move back to the 4th.
He know exactly what he got to do. Get his place back up and get his normal position.
Technically, why is it so hard? Pause.
Man's taking enough of a beat.
Oh, man.
What'd you say? Get him inside.
Oh, God.
He ain't getting my cornbread.
Want your cornbread?
Oh, yeah, cornbread.
Yeah, I want my cornbread.
Anybody else want my cornbread?
You ain't having my cornbread.
All right, let's get it.
For sure.
Reincarnated, I was stargazing. Life goes on, I need all my babies. Woke up looking for the broccoli. High key, keep a horn on me, that could my seat. IP, ownership, the blueprint is by me. Mr. Get Off, I get off at my feet. By me.
What's up, everybody? Welcome back. This is episode 4 of season 3 of the Dawg Money Podcast. I go by Money Marv, aka the Magnanimous. I'm sitting here with my boy Big Chubbs. And on the ones and twos, we got Mandrew, aka Drewski, aka Drew Shiesty.
Hey yo.
Drew 80 down, Drew 87 down.
Drew 87 down. Drew down on the nigga. What it do, man?
What up, brother? How was your weekend?
Man, before I get into my weekend, congratulations are in order.
Let's start there.
What they say on I'm an uncle again?
I'm an uncle again.
I've been an uncle this whole time. Well, shout out to Marquise Holiday, Kiara Holiday.
Let's go, Keith.
They brought Madison Jean Holiday into this world on Sunday. A beautiful baby girl.
Absolutely.
Can't
Always
wait to meet her. You know what I'm saying? So I'm excited for my brother, excited for my family.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? So honestly, I had a great weekend if we're keeping it real.
Congratulations, my boy. Hey, cheers are in order for you and the lady.
How was your weekend, man?
My weekend was great, man. Really chill. Watched some sports. Lost some money.
You survived the first round of the Guillotine League.
That was amazing. I'm going to be honest with you.
It was looking bad for you.
It was looking real bad for me.
Tough.
I gave up already. I told you last week, I was like, well, it looks like I'm not going to get to the next round, my boy.
I told y'all somebody can score the lowest in 1 week, but on that second round,
I want to say I might have been like the 3rd highest scorer.
I think you were.
So, I mean, I appreciate my fantasy players for doing what they needed to do.
Because you mentally checked out last week.
I checked out, brother. I was like, yeah, I did terrible. I gave the brothers some heat, too, for how they was drafting.
And they gave you some heat for starting Justin Fields over Baker Mayfield.
I gave myself some heat, and I was like, yo, what was I thinking? And I had to double down last week. I was like, I'm not finna let these fools just punk me like that.
Right.
And I'm going to double down, and I'm going to start them again.
Got your get back on?
No.
Well, you survived.
I survived, but he didn't give me enough points like Baker still gave.
Yeah,
but it's okay.
Baker been going nuts. Honestly, since we're here, I can honestly say that Baker is in the talks for the first 2 weeks MVP.
I can agree.
Yeah.
I would absolutely agree. And a lot of people that I talk to on a daily basis are saying that they are actually gravitating back to Baker and that they're liking him again. Yeah. So he's definitely building that reputation back up. So, hey, it's to be seen. They actually have one of the easiest schedules in the league this year. Yeah. So I want to see what he do.
But he's also playing against professionals. You show up to work and you do your job.
Absolutely. He's been doing really well. Yeah. Can't help.
Since we skipped our icebreaker, I just kind of want to just throw something out there real quick.
Okay.
We know that at one point Baker Mayfield and Sam Darnold was on the same team, right? Sam Darnold has been looking good in the past 2 weeks. Surprisingly.
Yes.
Both of them come out of this Carolina Panther cloth. And they didn't look anything like this when they were in Carolina.
Because Carolina is terrible.
They are terrible at developing their athletes.
No, they are terrible franchise right now.
They have a terrible owner. Remember, we gave the owner bum of the week 1 week last year, right?
I believe they've been wanting him out of there too, right?
Yeah,
Is
for
this the same owner?
a few years, David Tapper.
Okay, yep. He got to go.
Yeah, and they just decided to pull the plug on the guy who's played 18 weeks for him.
18 weeks.
Crazy.
A guy that you gave up how many draft picks for? I want to say 3.
You gave up your franchise
future.
life, your future.
Yes. For a guy at quarterback who is smaller than most, right? Who you are far away from just being a quarterback ready.
Yeah, he definitely didn't look like he was a quarterback ready player coming out of the league.
And I'm not even just talking about him as a player. I felt like he would have. I felt like he would have been decent, but I also, you know how I feel about that. I don't think that rookie should start that first year. I don't care. I
don't think all rookies should start coming out the gate like that.
Yeah,
I think
if you're in a good situation,
like if you think about how when Andrew Luck came into the league, he was set up to have success.
Absolutely.
You look at how Cam Newton came into the league. They put it. I mean, you know what? I'm gonna leave Cam Newton out of this.
Yeah,
he did a lot with little.
Yeah.
But look at C.J. Stroud.
He had a great team around him. They were literally ready. If the Texans wanted to, I guess you'll say, mortgage their future, they would have been in all rights to do so because they were not far from being the team that they are now. Now, Carolina, on the other hand, bro, you gave up CMC. You gave up you lost Luke Kuechly before.
About that same time. 4 years.
3 head coaches in 4 years.
No culture.
No culture.
No sense of chemistry.
No offensive line. You got Deontay Johnson as a wide receiver, and you know how I feel about him. Mm-hmm. Yeah. It's a wrap.
Yeah, I feel so bad for Bryce Young, dog.
Free Bryce Young, man.
Free Bryce Young.
Free Bryce Young, man.
T-shirts coming soon,
Free
man.
Bryce Young,
We got to get my boy about the shackles.
Hey, free Bryce Young, man.
Where's Denarius when you need her?
Free Bryce Young, man. You want to roll over to the NFL injuries?
Yeah, let's go into that, man. It's been a lot of injuries in this, just in the first 2 weeks of the season, dog. And a lot of heavy hitters. You got Tua. First off, my prayers are going out to Tua.
Absolutely.
Not only because of what the injury was, but what the injury can be.
Yeah.
I know they go out there, they play this game so they can support their families.
Yep.
And, create a lifestyle for themselves that, other opportunities they never would have had, Mm-hmm. So, right after the injury, a lot of people were coming at him saying he needs to retire.
Yeah.
But that's a tough decision to make. That's a tough decision to make just because of an injury, because you walk into the game knowing that it can happen.
Yeah.
It's happened a lot to him, but
yes. And
I'm not one of those people that says he should retire, but he should definitely give it consideration, talk it over with your family, and, look at your financial situation, because I believe that whether he finishes the year or not, he's guaranteed at least $90 million from that contract.
Okay.
But I need to double check and look.
And I'm pretty sure.
Real quick, I think the thing about his concussions is just scary. How
it is.
They're absolutely scary.
You've never seen him look like that, because every time he gets concussed, he's locked up.
Yeah.
Bro.
And that speaks to neurological damage. That speaks to, that's I don't know if it was maybe the hit in college that he took at Alabama. That hit where he broke his hip and had that concussion kind of shifted his whole career from that point on. However, for him to be getting hit like that, and every single time that he gets hit, and even before every time he gets hit, every single time he takes off running, you sitting there like, please don't get hurt.
Bro, your heart dropped to your nutsack.
Every single time.
Bro, I'm so nervous, I want to turn away.
Every single time, bro.
And the weird part about it, he's not taking crazy contact.
No, he's not.
Nothing out of the normal,
And it could be something deeper, which is why they're putting him on IR, so that way he has a little more time to heal and have time to actually go see neurologist. Thank you. Bad man.
I think I messed it up too.
Yeah, I messed it up. I think you got it right.
Somebody on YouTube won't correct
they're going to correct us. But I will say, as far as just giving up football in general, you play the game really. Once you get, as a kid, right, you always say, hey, we had those dreams. Hey, I want to make it to the NFL. Part of that reason that you want to make it to the NFL is, number one, you want to better your life. However, you also want to set up your family and your future families for success, right? Now, this decision now has to come down to, do he or his family feel like they have enough put away and have sustained, a nice, wealthy lifestyle that they can actually push that generations out, right? Or do you keep at it? And then it's a love for the game type of deal. Right. Like, it's hard to, a lot of people that never played the game and have never been injured, and an injury be the reason why you stop playing that sport, they don't understand. You don't understand the psychological trauma that you go through, because most of these athletes have in their mind, your identity is wrapped in, I'm a football player. A lot of them don't have an identity outside of that. Right. I can attest to that because I was one of them. You get what I'm saying? So I think part of the reason why it's hard for him to come to the grips of maybe I should call it a career is because what do you do after?
Right.
How do you feel about yourself after? What am I after?
Look at Tom Brady. He's still struggling with that.
That's
what am
all
I
his
going
life.
to do after football?
You know what I mean?
Yeah, I just think it's hard for anybody not in that position to give him advice on what he should do.
Yep.
He just needs to take the time out to talk to his family and see, get their opinion, because, their opinion is going to matter more than anybody on TV.
Absolutely.
Their opinion going to matter a lot more than ours.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? So what do you got to figure out what you really want out of life, and if it's something that you want to prove on the football field, what are you going to do to prevent this from happening?
Absolutely.
Granted, you can't prevent sex. You can't prevent contact. It's
Never.
a contact sport. He should have slid.
He absolutely should have slid. I actually
slid.
tweeted that. I said, man, why didn't you slide?
But that goes back to what we've been saying. The player development is not there in the NFL no more.
Yep.
It's not there in college no more.
Nope.
Because the landscape of everything is changing.
Yep.
It's not going to deter me from being a fan of the sport, because I'm going to
Absolutely.
keep watching it every week.
Absolutely.
But my prayers go out to these players, man.
Yep.
And
it's more than what people think. It's a hard thing. Absolutely everybody goes out there and they put it on the line, and it's their choice to do so. But this is also their livelihood. This is what they know. This is their job. Right. So just like we go to work every single day to make a living for our family, they do the same. This is how they make their living. And yes, they make a whole lot more money, but you also got to take into the account of what they're doing with their body, what the business in itself is bringing in, and what they're worth. You know what I mean?
And the stuff that they do to prepare themselves just to do
every single day.
Yeah.
Man, but not to be stuck on Tua. All prayers for sure going out to Tua in his situation, and I hope he figures out what's best for him. But to continue with the NFL injuries, you got CMC on IR.
Reserve.
I was hesitant to draft him, or I was like, ooh, you might not want to draft him right away.
I just know everybody with the first overall pick in their draft is sick right now.
You know what happened to me one year is I went Jonathan Taylor the year he got hurt.
Oh, yeah.
And I was first.
Sick.
So if I'm, that's one of them ones you like, I don't even want the first.
Was that the year I went to the Super Bowl and got whooped by 160 points?
Yes.
Jesus Christ.
Yes.
I ain't never won a fantasy league, bro. I always make it to the big game and get blown out.
Yes. But CMC injured. Deebo Samuel out for at least 1, 2, maybe 3 weeks.
They're saying it's week to week, but
okay.
We're thinking 2.
At least 2.
That's
right?
what we're thinking.
So now you're down your running back, you're down another weapon who could be a running back and a wide receiver.
And you're not getting nothing out of Brandon Ayuk. Somehow, Brock Purdy's still throwing for 300 yards. That's crazy. We'll get there.
Jennings is pretty nice. But to continue with the injuries, Isaiah Pacheco.
Injured reserve.
6 to 8 weeks, right?
At least 4. Injured reserve, so.
Yeah. Cooper Kupp.
Injured reserve.
Puka Nacua.
He's still on injured reserve?
I don't think he's on injured reserve, but
he ain't playing this week.
he ain't playing.
I ain't going to be there.
He ain't playing. Justin Jefferson left the game with a hammy. That's something to kind of watch because
it was the same hammy from last year.
Yeah, hamstrings for wide receivers are a big deal. You know what I mean?
Especially from somebody who you need to run full speed every single time they're on the field.
Every single time.
Unless they're blocking.
Every single time. That's a big thing.
AJ
Brown.
If you can't get separation, you can't be a wide receiver.
Absolutely. AJ Brown.
Hamstring.
At least 2 weeks. right? And then you have DeForest Buckner, who is a lineman for the Colts.
Injured reserve as well, right?
Yep. So, of that list, you're talking about, if we're talking about fantasy and then if we're talking about football, pure football production, you lost a whole lot of star power.
Yeah.
A.J. Brown, Justin Jefferson, Cooper Kupp, Puka Nacua, Deebo Samuel, Christian McCaffrey, Tua. That's a lot of star power.
I'm looking at
and them losses shift.
I'm looking at a 5-leg anytime touchdown parlay right here.
Right there.
That I would put in.
Right there. And that shifts the landscape of the NFL as itself.
Yeah.
Right?
Man.
So how you move from there, I don't know. It's gonna be a little weird. I don't know if this might be the decline. For the 49ers, they definitely got to storm the weather. They're going to depend on that defense for sure. Hopefully nobody else get injured. I mean,
yeah, knock on wood.
Hopefully, as far as players, hopefully. But as far as teams,
I hope they lose everything.
I hope they lose it all.
Everything.
But yeah, we're going to roll over to and bring back our old segment from last season, Bum of the Week. I'm going to give the honors to the magnanimous.
The magnanimous.
The magnanimous. There you go.
Hey, so I'm going to keep it a buck, bro.
Bum of the Week.
I really wanted to give Bum of the Week to the Cowboys defense.
Man.
For letting this fool Alvin Kamara go crazy. 3 on the... Anyway, no, let's go to the Bum of the Week.
Bum of the Week.
We'll get to Alvin Kamara later. I'm giving Bum of the Week to Will Levis. The number one quarterback in Tennessee, QB1, who managed to give up the game in week 2 in the exact same fashion that he gave up the game in week 1. You cannot do that and expect to win ball games. That's very selfish of you.
Do you think week 3 is going to be the same?
You know what? If it is, it won't be a week 4. But I ain't going to be there. Yeah, it's crazy, bro. You can't lose games like that because you just want to be selfish and make a play when there's no play to make right now, you know?
And that goes back to what you said earlier.
No player development.
Thank you. You just throw this guy out there. Yes, he was behind Ryan Tannehill for a little bit.
A coach would have got that out of your head in practice before Sunday even got here.
Exactly.
Ain't no
Especially if you sit in the bench. You see how Jordan Love plays.
A dog.
Speaking of, who's also hurt, going back to that. But yeah.
Yeah, he on that injured list too.
Will Levis, congratulations.
You're the bum
of the week.
He should be bumming the week for that mayonnaise commercial he got. He got a mayonnaise fragrance.
Mayonnaise. Yeah.
He got a fragrance.
Oh, whoa.
A mayonnaise flavored fragrance. I'll send you the commercial.
If that don't sound like what's that movie with the brother Undercover Brother.
Oh my god.
If that don't sound like something off of Undercover Brother, bro. Now we'll roll over to Dog of the Week. You want to do the honors, or?
Unfortunately, we have to give the Dog of the Week to the actual Dog of the Week.
The Dog of the Week.
Alvin Kamara.
You a dog.
You got that dog in you, dog.
You dog.
Yeah, this fool ran for 3 on the ground and also had a receiving touchdown on the Dallas Cowboys.
Not
defense.
Went crazy.
Not 2. Not 3. 4 touchdowns, bro?
Things,
you know what I had flashbacks of? I had flashbacks of the game that I went to watch the Dallas Cowboys against the Green Bay Packers.
Aaron Jones.
And Aaron Jones thrashed us. I want to say he finished with 4 touchdowns.
I want to say he did too.
So I had flashbacks, bro. I was like, yo.
And I saw it like once actually because David Carr looked great in the first quarter.
Derek.
4 for 4. What'd I say?
David.
You know what I meant to say. What he went 4 for 4, 130 some yards, 140 some yards.
Yep.
First quarter.
I
said, oh yeah, it's gonna be a long
day.
Long day in Dallas. I might have to retire my Zeke jersey after that one.
Man,
I can't even look at it.
I can't even look at my Cowboys gear right now.
But yeah, so giving all respect to and all love and giving him his flowers for week 2. That boy went crazy, bro. Give him a round of applause.
He absolutely. You a dog.
You a dog, man.
You a dog. Hey.
Is there anything else you want to cover from the last week?
No, bro. I mean, outside of all the losses that some of the more obvious hits that we took from the sports book, 49ers, Ravens, Colts.
Okay, I got a question for you since we're there.
Okay.
Are you surprised that the Ravens are 0-2?
Absolutely.
Very much so, right?
I at least thought they would be 1-1, right?
I'd say 1-1.
At least 1-1.
Honestly, they could have been 2-0.
They could have been.
Hey, if Lively wore an 11 and not a 10.5,
They could have been.
or a 10.5 and not 11, I'm sorry.
And at the worst, 1-1.
1-1, yeah.
But
instead, ugh.
and it's scary, and we're gonna roll over into that after. But we'll discuss that because they're gonna be on one of the games we cover this week.
I got one more to ask you.
What's the other
Actually,
question?
I got two more to ask you.
Yeah, hit it.
Bengals, 0-2. Are you surprised?
No,
Why?
because they always start 0-2.
They always start off bad like this.
Like, what do you do? What do they get off on this?
Did they necessarily look good to you versus the Chiefs?
No.
It was a sloppy
I thought
play
it was
game.
sloppy. I thought they looked better than the first
both sides
game.
of the ball.
They absolutely looked better than the first game. I will
they
say
had no choice.
their defense looked better. Hendricks, he was out there balling. He was getting after Patrick Mahomes, like play after play after play.
They missing
But the
Nixon
Chiefs,
out there.
yes, they are. And the Chiefs' offensive line looks terrible.
Yeah.
To be honest with you, I think that might be their weakest link on that team. To be honest with you. However, am I surprised? No. What was that other question?
I got one more for you. Are you surprised how Sam Darnold beat the 49ers
I think I'm.
after the way that the Panthers left him for dead?
I think
After
I'm.
the 49ers left him for dead.
I think I'm more pissed than surprised. Because
You had a money line. I think everybody that I knew that bet on football on Sunday had the 49ers money line. Nobody
Easy.
took the points. Everybody took a money line, and they went out there and lost.
And lost. And let me tell you my parlay, bro. I'm gonna tell you my parlay right now.
Let's hear it.
I had the Ravens money line because I did not believe that they could cover the 8.5. Right. I had the Colts money line because I did not think they would
Cover the 2.5,
but I thought they would win the game. Right.
1 point win.
Yes.
Okay.
I had the who was we talking about? The Ravens. Oh, the 49ers.
49ers, yep.
Had them money line. Actually, no, I take that back.
You went over?
I had them for the 4.5. I felt like they actually could have won that game and should have, right?
Yeah, they should have.
You got beat by the Vikings last year. What did you not learn? Right?
Not a damn thing.
Nothing. And then I think the last play that I had was the Cardinals. And I watched the Cardinals just
Cardinals went dumb.
went stupid.
I wanted to bet the Rams. I'm so
Thank you,
glad I
Card-
didn't.
Thank you, Kyler Murray and Marvin Harrison Jr. Let's go there real quick. Marvin
saw-
Harrison Jr., how did he look to you? He got a lot of flack for that first game.
Yeah, he looked great last week.
Man, he
Pause.
looked like a prototypical wide receiver, right?
Number one for sure.
Number one for sure. And
How many he have last week?
he got 2 touchdowns on his first 2 catches.
Sheesh. Sheesh.
He almost had 3 touchdowns.
Lord have
they
mercy.
tried to get it to him 2 more times.
Tried to give him a hat trick in week 2.
They tried to give it to him, bro. Yeah. And I want to say he finished with 100 and something, like 130 yards, I want to say.
I want to say he had like 28 or 29 in our fantasy league.
Yeah.
So that's great.
And one of my leagues, I had him stacked with Kyler Murray, so I was grateful. Thank you. Thank you. That helped me out. But we want to go on over, not to hold up everything, go over and discuss really quick our main topic. So we'll speak on number 1, the Thursday night game. We have the Patriots traveling to New York to face the Jets. Now, just to put a little storyline out there, you got the Jets, first home game of the season, and Aaron Rodgers going back to where he only got 4 snaps in last season. Do you think, first of all, before you even answer anything else, do you think that's going to play on his psyche at all?
It has to.
Okay.
Because it's an injury he's never had before. He's also 40 years old. I think he's the oldest player in the league at this point.
I think so.
Yeah, so
Him and Mercedes Lewis.
It has to weigh in on their mind, or especially his mind, because at this age, bro, you are subject to let something like this happen again, you know?
Yeah.
So, but the protection ain't as good as I thought it was supposed to be.
It's better than it was
It's better
last
than
year.
it was, but like, yeah.
It ain't there yet.
Yeah, so
Maybe
I
they
mean,
need time.
But what does that Patriots pass rush look like to you?
Honestly, I personally feel like their run game and their pass rush, more so their run game, may be the strongest point of their defense. The pass rush, I do think they have a couple of guys out there, just like the old Patriot way. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You throw somebody out there, they work really hard, and they go get the job done, right? So I personally feel like the Patriots' run defense is legit. Now, when we're talking about their pass defense, although they have one of the top dogs back there in that secondary, they struggle in that pass game.
Yeah.
So I have my thoughts on this game. I also have a play and a player prop for sure. But what's your thoughts on this game? What are you expecting from this game? We got the Jets -6 as well. I forgot to say that. Jets -6 on the line. Right now it's 37.5 total.
Okay. Initially, I would out of my mind just think, okay, Jets are supposed to blow these boys out. I don't think that's going to happen.
Okay.
I think that the Patriots make it tough for the Jets. Division rivalry.
Okay.
I don't know. We're learning more and more about these Patriots every week.
Yeah.
They've been playing great games.
Yes.
They
They
beat
got
the-
that old school hard nose mentality.
Yeah, and it's kind of dope to see,
Yes.
given the expectations that we had in the offseason.
Yes.
So I'm going to give the Patriots the benefit of the doubt and say they're going to make this game a lot closer than anticipated.
Okay.
If I was to touch this game, which I normally don't touch Thursday games unless I plan on doing the same game parlay,
Right.
I would go Jets +6, bro. I mean, not Jets +6. I would go Patriots +6. I'm sorry about that, y'all.
Okay.
So, yeah, I expect the Patriots to make it a close game. At least Patriots in the first half.
Yeah. I agree first half. I definitely see the Patriots first half for sure. Now,
So that line should be like 3.5 or something like that.
probably about 3.5. Now, first half.
Halftime 10-10.
Low scoring game.
Yeah.
And I definitely agree with you on that end. I do feel like, going back to what I said earlier, the Patriots, they have a strong run defense. Their secondary kind of struggles, right? They do have Jacoby Brissett on the other side of the ball, who is actually managing the game really well. He looks a little bit timid sometimes because his body might not be as functional as it was.
Yeah.
He seems like at any moment he may get hurt. Like every time I see him get hit, every time I see him hit the ground, he got that grimace on his face like,
And your heart dropped to your
and
nutsack.
you like, oh, here goes another guy about to be out. Now, going back to the Jets, I do feel like the first half may be the best play if you're taking the Patriots, and that also goes back to the fact that Aaron Rodgers has to go out there on that field, a field that a lot of players have gotten hurt on since they built that stadium, right? So he's one of them. And in his psyche, he's going to be a little bit hesitant. He's still getting his footing back. Him, Kirk Cousins, kind of suffered the same injury, right?
Yeah,
so
same exact injury. Honestly.
they are now trying to get that feel back. I feel like this last game was absolutely better than the first game. He looked a little bit more mobile. However, he's still 40 years old, right? You're going to depend on Breece Hall. You're going to depend on Alan Lazard. You're going to depend on Conklin. But more than anything,
And that boy Allen who gave him 2 tutties last week.
the rookie, the other running
Who is this nigga?
from Arkansas, bro.
Bro, what?
He is nice.
He's nice.
He is nice. And it's a good 1-2 punch with him and Breece Hall, because Breece Hall is a little bit more, yes, he is a little, I say a bowling ball. He's fast and he's shifty. But Allen, power.
Pause.
And fast. Power.
I'll throw the flag. I'm just-
Power and fast.
Just
But
letting you
pause.
know.
Yes. So what I will say, I expect a good game. I expect a close game for the most part. I can see the Jets pulling off. As of right now on FanDuel, I'm seeing 6.5. So it might have, wherever you get it, it's going to be 6.5 or 6, right?
Yeah.
If you can get it at 6, take it at 6. Now, if you can get it at 6.5, I do think that the Jets will come out on top with at least a 7-point win. I also feel like, to me, player props, and this is going to be my player prop that I'm giving you all here. You have a guy that's on the cusp of being one of the young, great wide receivers, right? He's talked about all the time, Garrett Wilson, right? Yeah. Last games, 57, 64 yards. No touchdowns.
He due for one.
He's not only is he due for one, I also feel like he is due for a big game, right? So as of right now, his over-under is at 64.5 for receiving yards, and for receptions, his over-under is at 5.5. I absolutely think he crushes the 5.5, and I absolutely think he crushes that 64.5. Personally, I like him. So if I'm taking anything right away, right, I'm taking that 64.5 off top. Right. So what I would probably do.
That can be covered in 3 catches.
3 catches, absolutely. What I also would do, alternate spread rise, I could see him going for 100 yards this game.
Oh yeah, you got that. You got that feeling, huh?
I got that feeling, man. Just like I had the other week, last week, there was a guy that I had the feeling that he was going to go off, and he did. And I'm going to say I would take Garrett Wilson up to 100-plus yards, and on FanDuel it's 320, so that may be the same for Boyd because they run the same numbers.
Yeah.
So absolutely give me the 64.5, and then I'll ladder that up to the 100 yards.
Okay.
Get
money.
Let's get it.
Get money.
We're going to roll over to the next game. We have Sunday games. Eagles at the Saints, -2.5. Total is 49.5. We got the Lions at the Cardinals, +3. Total is 52.5. And then we have the Ravens at the Cowboys, +1.5. And that is 48.5 total. Let's start with the Eagles and the Saints. What's your thoughts?
I'm going to be honest, bro. After last night's game, keep in mind today is Tuesday when we're recording.
Yes.
After last night's Monday Night Football game, I'm going to take the Saints, bro.
Short week?
I'm going to take the Saints on a short week to cover the 2.5. I don't think that...
no A.J. Brown?
No A.J. Brown. That defense in Philadelphia is suspect. I don't expect the Saints to do to the Eagles what they did to us.
If it happens, oof.
If it happens, I'm going to be so happy.
so
happy.
So happy.
But I don't think that'll happen twice. However, I do think that Derek Carr is going to have an excellent game. For his sake, I hope he does, because ain't no way that I still don't think the Raiders should have got rid of him after a Pro Bowl year, bro.
I
can't wrap my mind around that.
Absolutely.
I know a lot of fans hated Derek Carr, but
I actually like Derek Carr. I thought he was, I've been an advocate of his for a while on this show.
I can appreciate his toughness.
Absolutely. And I think that's what I can appreciate the most, right?
He ain't no hoe.
So who you taking in this game?
No, I'm sorry. I'm
you
taking
said
the Saints. I'm taking the Saints.
The money line or the points?
2.5.
2.5. Now, the Eagles, to me, going back to what you said a little bit earlier.
Sprinkle Alvin Kamara touchdown on that.
Sprinkle a touchdown.
Also, let me get a Jalen Hurts tush push in there, too.
Tush push don't look the same without Kelsey, number one.
No.
That line don't look the same without Kelsey.
After listening to him on the doing the commentating,
yeah,
he hated the tush push.
Did he?
Yes, he did not like that.
I got to go back and listen to something.
He said, I miss everything about the game except the tush push.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. And that was their most successful play.
And that's probably why he retired. I'm not going to keep doing this shit for y'all. There was a situation where they got down to the 1 yard line. Or no, they needed a first down. Maybe it was for a touchdown.
Okay.
And Saquon Barkley didn't get over the line, but he was literally right there. Common sense would say give it back to him.
Yeah.
No, tush push. And I would hate to be a running back in that system.
Oh, absolutely.
I would hate to have a running back on my fantasy league in those situations.
And that's why I was hesitant about taking Saquon, and I passed him up,
bro,
simply because of that.
I watched them do it. Every time they were going for
to
the first,
DeAndre Swift all last year.
they did it to him all last year.
all last
So I'm
year.
like,
He got him
I'm
down
like-
there.
And I'm
You
thinking
let
when they
Jalen.
acquired him, I'm like, they're not finna do that again. Wrong.
Second week, they
Wrong.
said, we got you.
Yeah.
Got you. Eagles at Saints, to me, I don't know. Something about the Eagles just seems a little bit off. That goes back to last year, and I don't think that's changed. However, what I do think has changed is the dynamics of the team. No Kelsey, you lost a little bit of leadership on that offensive line, on the
Yeah.
team, and as a total. Jason Kelsey, as a center, had the ability to make life a whole lot easier on Jalen Hurts. To me, and this is me, maybe this is my lineman bias, but I also feel like, to me, linemen on both sides of the ball are the most important positions in football, right? Number one. Number two, the most important position on the offense is the center. He has to get you the ball. He has to make the calls. He has to initiate the blocks, and he has to keep you protected inside out. Pause. So where I'm going to go with that is I like the Saints -2.5 at home. Their car looks great.
Pause.
Their offensive coordinator doing wonders over there since he's taken over. Alvin Kamara said something about it after the game last week where he was excited about the play calling, excited about – I really feel like if they can keep this up, Dennis Allen just saved his job for sure.
Yeah.
Because he was going to be out the door.
Oh, we also got to throw Derek Carr in the 2-week MVP conversation.
I'll definitely give you that. I'll give you that. Throw him in that 2-week conversation.
Because him and Baker has been balling.
So for me, I'm also liking the Saints -2.5. Give it to me. Now, Lions at the Cardinals, +3, 52.5. What are your thoughts on that one?
I think this game going to be a lot closer than anticipated.
Okay.
I think Kyler Murray and Marvin Harrison looked good last week.
Yep.
James Conner looked good last week.
Yep.
And I'm still finna take the Lions -3.
James kind of looked good last. You pumping them boys up. Give me the Lions.
I expect a lot of runs in this game. I was probably I'll probably go the under 52.5.
52.5.
I can see James Conner getting in the end zone.
Yep.
I can see David Montgomery getting in the end zone.
Yep. Jameer Gibbs.
I would never bet on Jameer Gibbs for an anytime touchdown.
Really?
Yeah.
He got a lot last year.
Yeah, he did, and I wouldn't. And like whenever I put my money on him, he didn't.
So you just gonna stay away from that? Because
Here's my thing: in the red zone, yeah, give that ball to David Montgomery.
Absolutely. Unless you're running the sweep out.
And Gibbs can honestly score from anywhere on the field.
Absolutely.
How often is he going to do that?
Maybe a few times.
David Montgomery can score every time y'all get in the red zone.
He can.
Yeah.
He can.
He can.
And the
he
Lions
should.
do have one of the best offensive line.
Yeah.
Now, with that being said, David Montgomery, amazing when it comes to the red zone. Jared
He's
Goff,
also one of my new favorite running backs right now, too.
absolutely. I know you say it all the time.
I'm going to say it every week.
Jared Goff, 1 touchdown pass, 3 interceptions. Looking a little far away from that contract that he just signed, right?
Got film on them niggas.
Early on.
Got film on them.
Early on, right? You got Amon-Ra St. Brown. If we talking about team to team, offense to offense, defense to defense, hands down, the Lions have the edge, right? With that being said, give me the Cardinals +3.
Okay.
And if it goes up to 3.5, absolutely give it to me. I might just alternate spread that myself on my own ticket and give me the 3.5. Alternate spread can be your friend.
Odds.
You know?
Yeah, I guess we can't do it for college out here unless we
You can.
take that trip to the state line.
No, you can alternate spread. So
I bet on William Hill, so I can't do it on that.
So what I've noticed, and this is a break in between, just to talk a little bit about betting. If you're betting on William Hill, right, you can alternate spread, same game parlay, or alternate spread parlay all NFL games.
NFL,
right?
yes.
Yes. College?
No.
No. Now it's vice versa on Boyd. So Boyd allows you to alternate spread parlay all colleges.
Not for NFL.
Not for NFL.
So on Saturday, I need to be going to the Aliante.
Yes, or you could just download the app.
Yeah, I got to go back to the Aliante and fix my app, though.
Okay, yeah, you got to go to the Aliante then. But going back to the
I locked
game,
my shit.
going back to the game, give me the Cardinals +3. If it goes up to 3.5, I'm absolutely on that number.
That's
That
for me.
52.5, I could see that being the under.
Yeah, I like the Lions in the under. In
I
this
could
one.
see that being the under. If there was anybody that I was taking out of this game, I do feel like the Cardinals or the Lions will do a lot better job now that they have a little bit of film on Marvin Harrison Jr. and they understand and they should show him some respect. You go Trey McBride. Whatever his number is when it comes down to it, because I cannot see it right now, but whatever his number is, when it comes down to it, I do think that Trey McBride has a bigger impact on this game than he has had so far this season.
I got one question for you about
Yes.
this game. Who do you expect to have the better quarterback play from?
Jared Goff or Kyler Murray? Give me
Yeah.
Kyler Murray.
Kyler?
Give me Kyler Murray. I could see Kyler Murray in this type of game here. I could see Kyler Murray going for a combined 300 yards, passing and rushing.
Combined, yes.
Combined, yes. Yes. Passing, I think he gets a lot of that in the passing game.
No, yeah,
I
obviously.
absolutely do think he's really dynamic. He looks healthy. And I think, yeah, definitely not going to wood because we got a lot of players out. But I definitely think that he can keep up with the Lions. So give me the Cardinals +3. Now, we'll finalize and finish out with the Ravens at the Cowboys.
Shouldn't even ask you. You don't even bet on the Cowboy games.
I never bet on the Cowboy game. Actually, I take that back. Yes, I do. I bet on the Cowboys game. Sometimes it's against them fools.
Yeah, before the pandemic.
If it's my thing is if they're underdogs, I'll take them.
No, I was going to say the exact same thing.
If they're favorites,
I was glad
I'm
to see
going
that they
against
were
them.
underdogs.
Yeah.
So if I'm a bet on them, I already know the line going to switch to where it's going to be either a pick 'em
Yep.
or the Cowboys -1 before kickoff. I already know that's how it's going to work out. So if I would bet on this game, I bet on this line right now. Today is Tuesday. I bet it Cowboys +1.5 or the money line.
Okay.
But if that line switch, I'm just going to watch the game. I'm a spectator.
And what you have at this game is you just got two teams. One that got smacked, and then you have one that's 0-2 that should have been possibly 2-0. So you have two franchises that believe that they are playoff, if not championship contenders, in a tough spot early on in the season, right? So, do you say you like the Cowboys as of right now because they're +1.5? What are you expecting to see out of the game, though?
However, I'm expecting the Cowboys to give up a lot in the running game.
Okay, I agree.
Because for some reason we can't stop a runny nose. You know what I'm saying? Like
At all.
and the Ravens have not been using Derrick Henry to his full potential.
At all.
For some reason I kind of hope that they stick to that script.
I don't think it's going to happen, bro.
Nah, they
I
finna
don't
feed that
think
nigga.
it's going to happen. I don't think it's going to happen.
The Cowboys need to figure it out, man. I don't
Yes.
know if they need more meat in the linebacker room, pause, or
Yeah.
just because when you look at it, bro, we got small linebackers.
Yes, we do.
And it was fine when we had the Wolf Hunter and Jalen Smith.
Because they covered ground.
They stopped the run though.
And they covered ground.
Yeah.
They got there.
But I don't know what's up with these niggas now, bro.
So, and just because you say that, bro, just because you go and you brought out a good point, right? You have Derrick Henry, who has not been fed enough. I feel like Hill's been getting a little bit more burn than Derrick Henry.
Little?
A lot more burn
Oh, okay. There you go.
than Derrick Henry.
There you go.
It almost feels like, is he hurt? Is the question, right? So,
They just don't want to feed him 30 times until
but you
crunch
have
time.
to, right? Derrick Henry is a kind of back. He's an old school back that he doesn't truly get going until he touches the ball
It's a
at
snowball
minimum
effect.
15 to 17. Once he gets up past that number, it's a wrap because you're now weighing on the defense. I'm giving you all of this muscle, right? I'm pounding the
What Marshawn Lynch
Pounding.
say?
pounding.
Over and over and over
Over.
and over and
Over.
over and over. and
Pounding.
Bust it wide open.
Pounding.
Pause.
I'm pounding. I'm pounding. Right? So I'm pounding the rock what's going to happen in this game, I hate to see it. But I can absolutely see Derrick Henry going off in the run game. But I can also see Lamar Jackson going for at minimum 50. Because, yes, rushing. At minimum 50. Why? Because when you got that dynamic and you have, it was shown in week 1, when you have that dynamic on the field and you attack and you give Derrick Henry the ball, he puts fear in the other team. If they figure out how
Because who want to tackle this nigga for 3 hours?
Absolutely. If you figure out how to feed Derrick Henry, right, which feeds off of Lamar Jackson, which allows the pass game to open up, now you got some more deep shots for Zay Flowers. Now you got Isaiah Likely, who is a tight end that plays almost like a big wide receiver to get more open. And then you have Mark Andrews, who you're going to take some pressure off of, and you can get him the ball back like he was.
Mark Andrews might be the biggest decoy in the league right now, but go ahead.
I would agree. And the reason why I would say that is because he is currently been hurt. You know what I'm saying? But if we're going to go down that route, I'm going to personally say, I hate to say it.
You want to go Ravens -1.5.
Give me the Ravens -1.5.
Yeah, I'm not even mad at it, bro.
Yeah, give me the Ravens -1.5.
You know what the best part about this is?
What?
These are both my teams, so either way, I don't give a...
Either way.
I don't care.
My second team is the Ravens. You know, that's the one thing we have in common for sure.
I almost wore the Ray Lewis jersey today, not even thinking about it.
Not even thinking. And it's coming.
That's because the Cowboys gave up 4 touchdowns to the Dog of the Week.
To the Dog of the Week. Ain't that something?
Yeah,
hey, but, you know, we covered ground. Excited about this weekend. I definitely think this weekend can be a moneymaker. We should definitely get some money back. The sportsbook absolutely ate because I don't believe that a lot of people took a lot of the dogs. There were some dogs that were taken, but a lot of the favorites that you took with the dogs killed your parlays. So they absolutely ate. So
I never asked about your Saturday picks. How'd you do on with college this week?
Florida State. I had way too much faith in Florida State. They showed me who they were, and I didn't believe it, right?
Oh, my God. They gave you the blueprint.
They showed me.
They gave you the...
How long have I been saying DJU was terrible?
Bro, since he was in Oregon State.
Since he was at Clemson.
Wait, he wasn't at Oregon State.
This is where
he went from Clemson to...
Oregon State.
Okay, yeah, Clemson, Oregon State.
Now
been
Florida
a bum
State.
everywhere he went.
Since we started this show,
Bum.
I said DJU was terrible. And it showed.
I remember that because you don't even bother to learn his last name.
No.
Or even try to
hard.
pronounce it.
But I had way too much faith. Them coming off of a bye week, big program, big talent. The defense really did a really great job, right? But you could see after a while, them niggas was like, I'm tired of this.
That program is trash.
I don't even got no more. I ain't got nothing else to give you.
I'm done.
I just cut.
Cut the show.
Look, cut the show.
Cut the show. I'm done.
I'm done. Cut the show. Cut the show. Hey, that's what that defense was doing, bro. Cut the show. Yeah. And they screwed me. The only other team, honestly, bro, I had so many gems. The only other game that screwed me that day was Vanderbilt -9. That's it.
I had an 8-leg parlay, and you know once you get through them 9 o'clock games, it's smooth sailing.
Yeah.
We actually went to brunch. No, we didn't go to brunch. We went out to kick it, and I'm just watching. I'm like, okay, I'd have made it through the 9 o'clocks. I'd have made it through some of these 12:30s, but I'd also took Florida money line. Bad idea.
Terrible
idea. I
Terrible.
never should have, and I knew as soon as I hit submit.
We gotta leave them Florida teams alone.
1,500 down the drain.
Leave them Florida teams alone.
Like I said, I went 6 out of 8 on that parlay. I took West Virginia to cover over Pittsburgh. I know that's a rivalry that they got.
Right.
And I didn't feel bad about losing it on that one, though. So I wasn't tripping. It was a nice fought game.
Yeah.
But, 6 out of 8 on the parlay kind of make you sick. I was very hesitant about putting in any action on Sunday.
But you know what? Me too. And
I don't even put in 8 legs no more.
It killed me. But you know what? What we're going to do is we're going to kill them this week.
Because if first you don't succeed,
You try,
you dust yourself off.
and you try,
You try it again.
and you try, and you try it again. So, with that being said, thank y'all for tuning in. We absolutely appreciate it. Make sure that you
Make sure you like,
subscribe,
comment, tell a friend,
tell 10,
tell 20.
tell 20.
We getting that.
Dawg money. If you smell the grass.
Appreciate y'all tuning in. Be sure to look out for our shorts and our reels. We got something special for y'all coming up in the next couple weeks.
Yep.
Definitely got something special for y'all coming up this week, so stay tuned.
Stay tuned. Love y'all. Peace.
Peace.
We gone.